Hi, today in this video I'm going to talk about DeepSeek and how DeepSeek is going to affect the world of finance. So probably have heard about what DeepSeek is. It's an AI system created by a hedge fund in China, and it's challenging OpenAI. So it's more like the ChatGPT. It is a large language model that is competing with the product from OpenAI, which is the ChatGPT. It's also competing with other LLM products from the US tech companies, like the you have LLM products from Facebook's and other firms as well. And the unique thing about this particular product is that it has been built with a fraction of money or the capital that has been spent by OpenAI, Microsoft, and the likes of them. So it's quite interesting that large language models can indeed be trained without spending billions on buying expensive servers, expensive semiconductor products from Nvidia and so on. And that's one of the reason why Nvidia stock price actually fell down by almost 20% couple of days back. It's a bit back now. It's yeah, recovering a bit, but it's still quite down because people now think that you can train large language models or AI models without spending billions on buying hardware from Nvidia. All right, so we're going to talk about how this new development will impact the world of finance. Okay. And I'm going to talk a bit about how this product is unique. One thing is obviously it is using less computing power for training purposes, so less expenses for its creator. It has been created by an hedge fund in China, and what they have mentioned is that they have just spent a couple of millions to train the model, which is unbelievable, because the amount of money OpenAI and the other tech companies in US are spending is like in billions. And we now see that it's becoming a bit commoditized. That means anyone can build competing AI systems as good as the ChatGPT or even better without having to spend billions, right? All right, so that's one unique thing. The other unique thing is that it's been developed by a hedge fund guy. He was a trader. He's a pretty young guy, actually. He was a trader. I think he's still running his hedge fund company. So this product has come from the world of finance. So very interesting as to how this is going to, disrupt the world of investing, trading, and banking and so on. So because this product has come from the world of finance, so the people who are in the field of finance is going to create a lot of interest among the people working in the field of finance, because this is not going to stop here. People will keep on exploring new ideas as to how they can build similar systems or even better systems than this. And this is an open source, actually. This very important to know. This is an open source system. That means you can have access to the source code of this particular AI system. For OpenAI's system like ChatGPT, you cannot access the source code of that particular system, whereas this is open source. You can go and make changes in the code as well. So that unique in one way, because nobody would have thought that an open source system will be able to perform as good as a proprietary system, for which some OpenAI is even charging money if you really want to go for the premium subscription and so on. Okay, so that's a huge disruption. All right, and the thing is that it's a Chinese product. It's a product that's come from China, and because of reasons that I don't have to mention, I think any product, especially software products coming from China, people keep questioning that, because you have the question of privacy and whether the data is going to go to China or not. So all these questions are asked, and for good reason, I would say. And something I would also discuss in this video as to whether the world of finance will accept DeepSeek and allow its employees to use DeepSeek That's a question mark given the fact that the product has come from China, right? I mean, Chinese hardware products are everywhere, but when it comes to software systems where you can easily collect private data, personal data, then I think governments and companies around the world are a bit skeptical, right? And the third thing is that it is also more computationally efficient. So it's not just about the cost of the hardware that it uses; it's also more computationally efficient. That's what I have heard from people talking about that. I haven't checked myself as to whether that's true, that claim is true or not. Recently I heard even OpenAI is questioning this product and saying that look, this is IP theft. No idea about that, but no doubt it's a product that has been built with much less money. I think that's something that's the main takeaway point here. So how is this going to affect the world of finance? Well, people working in the field of finance probably know that not all financial service firms, whether it's private funds or the public funds such as the banks and insurance firms, they're allowing the employee to use AI or AI tools. Many reasons. First of all, regulation. Regulation in many parts of the world is not allowing the banks to sort of use some of these products, new age products, AI products. It's still being debated a bit as to whether whether there should be strict regulation or not. Some countries are already have put restrictions. For example, in Italy, you cannot use. So it's not just for finance, but even for other industries, you cannot use. And there's still a discussion going on as to what to be done on that. All right, this is the first thing, the regulation. The second thing is that it's still not clear as to how these LLM tools can be used for different purposes within the field of finance, right? One good way to use it obviously is to gather information, to write reports, but then there is only so much you can do with these tools. Question is, will LLM tool help companies generate more profits or save cost, right? These are the two important things. For hedge funds and proprietary trading firms, saving cost is not a big deal for them because they're small firms. They're looking for alpha, right? So they will be looking for signals and new patterns. Will LLM tools be able to provide that, so that they can predict the market well, right? So for them, it's about making profit. Will LLM tools like DeepSeek or the ChatGPT will help in that regard? That's still a question mark. For large banks which are heavily regulated, I don't think there will be an immediate impact of DeepSeek. There will be talk around it, how to make use of that. I heard some central bankers from not from European and US US, but from other part of the world. They are now talking using DeepSeek, which is an open source tool, for a variety of activities in the banking world. I'm not sure. It's still at an infancy. We do not know. The topic is it's still evolving, so it's not yet very clear as to what's going to happen. But one thing that is going to happen for sure is that this will be further explored by most companies, because this new development has proved that LLM tools can indeed be built using less money. Many hedge funds, trading firms will start exploring whether they can build their own LLM tools using their own proprietary data, or probably given an extension. I mean, use the data and the tools available, but also add their own data and tailor make it for their own purpose, right? Uh, Note that DeepSeek is a foundational model. At least that's the claim, and it's not a model that is built on top of ChatGPT or the LLM models from OpenAI. So that's not the case. Hence, that's a real triggered many people to think that indeed foundational models can be built by even smaller firms without spending billions. And many trading firms, many privately held funds, pension funds, to all kinds of funds will start investing on that. I'm quite sure even banks will also start investing money building such tools. Because if it is an external agency providing their AI system, the regulations is very strict on that. People are also a bit concerned with data theft and so on. In the world of finance, you never really can trust anyone when it comes to using your data. So that's something that's been a problem for last 2 years, ever since ChatGPT came into picture. However, with this new development of DeepSeek, I see greater interest in the financial service world, because more and more financial service firms will be interested in developing their own foundational models, right? Whether that is possible, I'm not sure. Whether that is easy to do, it's not. I'm not sure either. Whether people, companies will have the skills to do it. I think learning skill is not always a very difficult thing, because once it has happened at one part of the world, it eventually will happen at some in other parts of the world as well. This happened not just with the AI. It's not happening in the AI world, but it has happened in other parts, in other areas of science and invention as well. With nuclear science was very proprietary to only a few countries, 50, 60, 70 years back, but now many countries um, have nuclear bombs. So so it's a matter of time that even there will be more and more people who will be skilled enough to build such systems with less money, and especially with open source, right? Because you can really literally copy paste code and do the tinkering. That's something you can easily do without having to take permission from anyone, right? For enterprise uses, there may be some licensing and so on and so forth, but even that can be sorted out. That's not a big deal. Many commercial firms are using open source software, and there is a different type of licensing for that, which is not as strict as, let's say, commercial licensing from Microsoft or from OpenAI or from IBM or Oracle and so on. So this is an interesting development. I would like to summarize that the world of finance, because it has come from the world of finance, there is a greater interest in the world of finance in AI more than ever before. Even though other industries were really experimenting too much with the OpenAI tools, the ChatGPT and so on, the world of finance was less interested, or at least to my knowledge, less interested. They were exploring a bit, but not too much. But with DeepSeek, which is a tool that has come from a hedge fund, the interest is now bigger, and I'm sure more and more firms will start exploring as to whether such a tool can be built within the company for its own use. So only time will tell whether that's possible, whether this will be more of a commodity. What is going to happen to the large tech firms, which are I would say spending billions building such proprietary system, thinking that they will make giant profit in the future. I'm not sure whether that's going to get disrupted. Will there be a slowdown in the world of tech because of that? It's still very unclear. It's at a very nascent stage. It's evolving. I'll obviously make more videos on this as we go along with this. But one thing for sure, that more and more finance professionals will start exploring whether something like this can be built within. And I think in maybe a couple of months' time, we'll hear, let's say hedge funds or trading firms from London and New York and Singapore. They have their own, um, yeah, foundational models, LLM models like DeepSeek. All right, all right.